Sorry if I look like a mess right now, but I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday night. This is Positive Ops Rod, and I'm back with another video. I know I have not been consistent with this channel. Like I said, with life, I've been busy and all these other things. So let's get right into the video. And I know I said this a million times in the past, but I'm gonna try to stay consistent with this channel. I know I've been very inconsistent with this channel, but today, as of right now, I have time to make this video. So let's get right into the video, shall we? So I'm going to be talking about a certain topic. The reason why I say certain topic is because a lot of people don't understand this, and I just want to spit it out of my chest. And this is my brutal opinion when it comes to this certain topic that people deal with. So the topic that I'm going to be talking about is relationships. We're all human beings. We all have hormones and bodily functions. We crave for attention, for romantic intimacy, validation, approval from others, because we want to feel seen, we want to feel loved, we want to feel liked, we want to feel respected, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But here's the thing, and I do not want to sound pessimistic nor sound negative when I say this, but I'm just gonna have to tell you guys the brutal truth. And this is the title of the video today. Stop making relationships your number one priority, because relationships are not guaranteed. Romantic relationships are not guaranteed, and I do not care who you are at the end of the day. Let me just say this. Relationships are not guaranteed because, let me tell you something, you can improve yourself to become the best version of yourself. You can get physically in shape, fix your physical looks, as they like to call it, or have the physical attraction, the looks. You can have game. You can have financial status, a lot of money. You can have the best personality in the world. You can be very kind. You can be very sociable. You put yourself out there and all these other things, right? But here's the thing. All of those improvements that I've just listed are not a guarantee to a relationship, and here's why. The reason why it is not a guarantee to a relationship is because you have to understand you don't control the other person's choices. And what I mean by that is you don't control their attraction, nor their preferences, nor their liking, nor their interests, nor their whole life at the end of the day. You could have all those things, even your own house, and still not get a relationship or still not be with a significant other, whether if you're a female or a male. It's not a guarantee. And I'm that type of guy that likes to be brutally honest with people, not to downgrade them, but I just don't want to be cliche, because sometimes when you give these cliche advices, for example, love yourself, don't find love, let love find you, don't worry, love will come when you stop looking for it, or just keep improving and this and that, and one day love will come and this and that, right? It's true to an extent because it works for some people, but just because it works for some people, that doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. That's what people need to understand. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound bad nor pessimistic. I'm just being honest with you. Nothing in life is guaranteed, no matter what you do to improve those chances. You could do all those improvements like I said, or like I just listed right now, and still not get a girlfriend, because those are just chances, and chances are just possibilities. But just because it increases your chances or a higher possibility of you getting a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that doesn't mean you will get that person 100%. You will be in that relationship 100%. It doesn't work like that. Because like I said, life is not guaranteed. And what people need to understand is everybody has lives. And we live in a cold-blooded society where nobody wants to interact with each other anymore. People have their own shit going on, their personal shit, their trauma. A lot of people are unhealed. And most of these people who are unhealed and get into relationships, those relationships don't last long, because they avoid the red flags. The unhealed people, they avoid red flags to get into these relationships so they can feel good about themselves, so that way they don't feel lonely. But let me tell you something. A relationship is not the solution to your loneliness. And the reason why I'm pointing it out is because a lot of people always say, oh, if you don't get a relationship sooner or whatever, you're going to feel lonely and this and that. Those people are just projecting their insecurities on you, because if they were in the same position as you, they would have felt like that. They would have felt the need to get a girlfriend because of their loneliness. But let me tell you something, it doesn't work like that, because relationships are not the solution to your loneliness at the end of the day. And that's what I learned. And I used to be one of those people where I was super desperate. I wanted a girlfriend. I felt so lonely. I started complaining in my room 24/7 because I couldn't get a girlfriend and this and that. And I've been on a couple dates in the past after I healed myself, but I never got in a second date. Why? Because it's never guaranteed. And even if I did all the right things, that person still has the right to not be attracted to me. Because at the end of the day, people have their preferences. People have their own attraction, as I like to describe it. You need to come to a final conclusion and tell yourself, you know what? If that person does not like me, or he or she is not interested in me, that's okay. I'll move on. Don't take rejection personal. I understand rejection, especially for the first time, is very heartbreaking and very, very disappointing and frustrating. Let me tell you guys something. I've been rejected so many times in the past. That's part of the game. If you can't handle rejection, then you're not ready for a relationship. You're not ready to go out on a date. And I want to tell you one important key when it comes to people. People nowadays, most people, not all, but most people are very antisocial. And there's several reasons why they're very antisocial. It's hard to trust people nowadays, guys. It's very hard. That's why you have to pay attention to the person's actions, not their words. I always tell guys, pay attention to a female's actions, not their words. Because you know what they say, actions speak louder than words. Her actions will tell you whether if she's interested or not. And I know people are going to say, well, don't listen to this whole advice where you need to wait until that person comes. That person's not going to magically come, as they say, right? And I literally just said that earlier. That person's not going to magically come if you listen to one of those advices that I just listed, even though they are true to an extent, don't get me wrong, because it happens to some people, not all. So that's where you guys need to comprehend. And there's this thing called cold approaching, which I don't believe, because cold approaching, sometimes it could be very risky and you could make the person feel very uncomfortable, especially in a public place. So I wouldn't recommend that. And I don't listen to dating advices from dating coaches, relationship advisors, red pillars, and all these other things. I'm not saying it is a bad thing to do that, but at the same time, sometimes those advices don't help. Because like I said, relationships are not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life. I know you guys are gonna come at me and say, bro, you sound like an incel saying this. You sound very fucking black-pilled. Bro, first of all, everything that I'm saying is not incel stuff. Because I'm not telling you despise women, go hate on women, go talk down on women, go downgrade them and this and that. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you is don't make women your number one priority. Stop giving a fuck whether if that girl is interested in you or not, whether if that woman's interested in you or not. Because at the end of the day, you don't control their emotions, their attraction, their priorities, their life overall. They don't owe you a conversation. They don't owe you attraction. They don't owe you anything. Just because you did something good for them, or you have all those things completed, or all those things checked out to increase your chances of getting into a relationship. Like I said, it doesn't work like that. We have to come into a conclusion where you shouldn't be doing these things to benefit women or to benefit other men. You should be doing these things to benefit yourself, because this is your life. So here is another key factor that I want to tell you guys. Do all of this improvement for you, not for other people. That's where a lot of people make mistakes, is that they're making these improvements to benefit others, to get validation from others, to get approval from others. Don't do that, because you're gonna feel miserable in the future because you're not doing things to benefit you. You're doing things to benefit others. Don't live your life for others. Live your life for you. For example, me, I have improved a lot, especially my mental health, because I want to make myself happy, not make other people happy. I'm doing this for me at the end of the day. Yes, of course, I want to make my family happy to an extent, but at the end of the day, I'm also doing it for me. The most important part is I'm doing these things for me. Not for my family, not for other people, for me. And I'll give you an example right now. Look, I just got, not to sound like a show off, but I just got my bachelor's degree. Oops. I just got my bachelor's degree in computer science. I went to California State University, Northridge. I'm improving in life. I was focused on school, and look, I got my bachelor's degree. And let me give you guys a close zoom, as I like to call it. Oops, I hit my glasses. Computer science. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully the brightening is not too high for you guys. But I got the degree for me. I want to make myself happy. I want to become that person to make myself happy, to fulfill my life, not to fulfill other people. The reason why I did computer science and I got my bachelor's degree in computer science is because I love working with devices, with computers, coding, Python, and all these other technology things, as I like to describe it as, or technological skills, as I like to describe it in the computer science industry. You see, this is a prime example. I completed an accomplishment for me, not for others. You make those accomplishments for yourself. Because life is about you, not other people. I understand people are going to tell you, approach people at an appropriate setting, but it's still not a guarantee, because nowadays people don't want to be approached. People don't want to have a conversation with other people because they're minding their business. They have their own priorities. They have their own insecurities. They have things going on in life. Nobody has time to have a simple conversation with you nowadays. You'll be lucky, but if that person doesn't want to have a conversation with you, just say, okay, it's okay, no worries. Have a blessed day and I wish you nothing but the best. Just say that. Just take the rejection. Even if it goes the same way with friendships too. And look, I hope I don't sound like I'm in a rage moment right now, but I'm just trying to give you guys a brutal and realistic advice, and I hope you guys take this as a wake-up call, because I don't want you guys wasting your time, whether if that person likes you or not, and doing all of these things to increase your chances of getting a relationship. A relationship is not an ultimate goal. It's an addition to your life. It's a complementary to your life. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying relationships are bad. I'm not saying relationships are not valuable. They are. If they are an addition to your life, if that person adds their happiness to your happiness. But don't let your self-worth be defined just because of your single or your relationship status. Know your worth at the end of the day, guys. Have self-respect. Know what you want in life, because life is on you. You have to fulfill your life. You have to fulfill your own wants. You have to fulfill your own needs. Don't expect other people to do it for you. Don't expect people, and speaking of expect, do not expect people to make you happy, because at the end of the day, it's not their happiness, it's your happiness. I realized that. Because in the past, I would always rely on people for my happiness, because I wasn't happy. And I thought that talking or expressing my emotions to people and expecting them to make me happy by giving them or giving me advice or doing all of this other shit for me to make me happy is going to work. It doesn't work like that. Because at the end of the day, these are your emotions, not their emotions. This is your happiness, not theirs. So the reason why I'm talking to you guys like this is because I want you guys to take this video as a wake-up call. That relationships are not guaranteed at the end of the day. And before you guys come at me and say, dude, you're just negative, you just gotta have hope in this and that. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having hope of wanting that specific thing, but just because you're hoping for it, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's the same thing with getting a job. If you think about it, you can have all the qualifications checked out and still not be accepted. Why? Because getting a job is a lottery nowadays. The job market is absolutely a clusterfuck. So, listen. And I'm smiling right now is because I don't want you guys to think I'm mad. I want you guys to understand what I'm trying to tell you from my perspective, from a realistic perspective. Because I'm that kind of person that likes to give people advices, but I'm also brutally honest with others. Not to downgrade them, but to give them a heads up and understand why this is happening. You don't owe that person a conversation. Same thing with them. They don't owe you a conversation. They don't owe you anything. And you don't owe them anything either. So what's the problem? Move on with your life. If that person likes you, they'll come along. If they don't, oh well, let them be. Move on. I learn not to give a fuck whether if a person is interested in me or not, because at the end of the day, that's their feelings and that's their attraction. Attraction. It's either they are attracted to me or they're not. If they're not attracted to me, okay, cool. Have a blessed day and I wish you nothing but the best. Just say it like that. Because I don't want you guys making videos about hating on women, doing this and doing that. No. This video is not for you guys to hate on women and say, oh, because of feminism, oh, because of this, oh, because of that, they're hypergamous. Okay, even though some of those points that I just listed right now are true to an extent, but it doesn't go for every woman out there. That's what I realize. That's the reason why I don't even follow the red pill. That's the reason why I don't even listen to guys like freaking Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines. And speaking of Andrew Tate, I don't know if you guys heard, but he got arrested recently. But this video is not about Andrew Tate. This is about why relationships are not guaranteed. And nowadays, I see both genders going to war, battling each other. Women are saying men are trash. Men are saying women are too much. They're this and that. This is the reason why we're living in a cold-blooded society, and that's the reason why the dating world is going downhill. It's because not only we're at war with each other, but we just don't trust each other anymore. We don't even treat each other like human beings. What's going on with this generation? I'm going to repeat this one more time. Both male and female, we are not treating each other like human beings anymore. I feel like it's been like this since the beginning, but right now it's worse. What the fuck is going on with the world? What the fuck is going on? I don't understand what has caused this whole gender war to be so worldwide and political. Just remember this, guys. Don't feel bad and do not let your self-worth be defined because of your relationship status. Let it be defined for the life that you have created. For the person who you are, your personality. Just focus on fulfilling your life. Focus on your career, your education. Just like me, I just got my bachelor's degree as I just showed right now. As I just showed it to you guys right now. I just got my bachelor's degree in computer science. Focus on your health. Focus on eating right. Focus on improving yourself mentally and physically. Focus on your close friends that you have if you have some. Focus on your family if you're still with your family or if you're still in contact with your family. Focus on your own needs and your own wants in life to fulfill yourself, not to fulfill other people. And look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with approaching people. If that person feels comfortable somehow, then, good for you and good for them. But most people nowadays don't feel comfortable having a conversation with others, even if they are seemed as friendly, or even if you seem as friendly. Because sometimes friendly people could cross the line sometimes. That's the reason why it's very hard to trust people nowadays. So, just remember this, guys, okay? Don't take rejection personal. That person does not owe you attraction because you have everything checked off. Just because you improved yourself to be this complete person, you're physically in shape, you know how to talk, you're sociable, you're approachable, you have the looks, you have game, you have a good personality, and this and that, doesn't mean they are obligated to be attracted to you. At the end of the day, I see relationships as a lottery also. Because you either find that person or that person finds you. But just because I'm telling you guys this, that doesn't mean go out and be desperate or go look for a freaking girlfriend or a boyfriend right away because you're going to feel lonely and this and that, or there's a deadline. Dude, my guy, calm down. Calm down. I understand we're human beings. We crave for attention. We crave for validation, attraction. We crave for intimacy and companionship because we're humans. At the end of the day, we have hormones and bodily functions. But we also have to learn how to control that ourselves. Just keep improving. Fulfill your life with all the needs and the wants. Keep working. Keep focusing on the things that you need to prioritize in. Focus on the things that you can control. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't focus on the things that you cannot control at the end of the day. Focus on the things, and I'm going to repeat this one more time. Focus on the things that you can control, not the things that you cannot control, which is another person's life, another person's character, another person's personality, another person's attraction. You can't force people to be a part of your life at the end of the day. Okay? It's the same with friendships. You can't force anybody to be your friend. Just because nobody wants to be in a relationship with you or no one wants to be your friend, that doesn't mean you're not valuable as a person. It just means that person wasn't feeling it. That person wasn't attracted to you, or that person never liked you or respect you for some odd reason. And you know what? That's okay. Even if you didn't do anything bad, that's totally fine. Move on with your life. Focus on the things that you can control. Like me, I focused on my education and now I got my bachelor's degree. And I'm going to be working soon, hopefully, since I've been applying for jobs. I want to provide for myself. I want to fulfill my own needs. Of course, I want to provide for my family too, since they have done a lot for me. But I also want to provide for myself. The most important person in life is myself. Not to sound selfish, but you should also have that mentality where, of course, you want to help your family and your loved ones who have always been by your side since the beginning, but also support yourself because you are the number one priority. It's your life. Prioritize your own life before you can prioritize other people's lives, specifically your loved ones. So I hope everything that I just said right now made sense because I want you guys to live a fulfilling life for yourselves, not for other people. That's the reason why I'm not saying anything offensive to you guys, nor anything to downgrade you guys or to keep your hopes down. And like I said, I'm not saying despise women or despise anybody. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, even if you do meet people, don't expect that you will be in a relationship with that person just because you have some sort of connection with them or you have been talking with them for how much time or whatever the case is. But if you take it to the next level where you guys are now dating and you guys are now in a relationship, good for you guys. That's awesome. And that should be an addition to your life, not an ultimate goal. And don't get me wrong, I'm open to a relationship. I'm not saying I'm close to a relationship, but I'm not desperate at the end of the day. Because looking desperate is not a good look. Because when you're desperate, you start chasing people and you don't chase. It's either that person likes you or they don't. Because when you chase somebody, that's a lack of self-respect right there. That's a lack of self-control. Because you're telling that other person that you're so obsessed with them that when you don't text them back or we take hours, they're gonna lose their mind off the bat. Because they're gonna think that, that you're not interested in them, or that they're gonna lose you, or whatever the case is. That's not a good mindset to have. If that person doesn't text you back, let them be. If that person texts you back, continue the conversation. But also have your own life. Because what I realize is that most people nowadays like to be around people who are ambitious. Like me, I know I said this a million times. I improved my health. I lost a lot of weight. I improved my mental health. I got my bachelor's degree in computer science, like I said. I've been applying for jobs. Hopefully I could get a job so I could be financially stable. I drive a car. I'm able to do my responsibilities on my own. For example, fix my own bed, clean the living room, clean the kitchen, cook my own food as my parents are not here. Because I want to live independently in the future. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to level up in life for me, not for others. I'm becoming a grown adult, especially as a person who is part of the autistic community. I'm very proud of myself that I'm able to improve my mental health, improve my physical health, improve my independent skills. And that's what you guys should be doing. You guys should be improving any skills that you guys need to improve on. Anything that you guys need to improve on for you, not for others. So, I hope you guys use this video as a wake-up call. And I hope everything that I just said right now made sense. And I hope you like this video, or if you save this video for later, so that way you could get it stuck in your head. Just remember, relationships are valuable, but don't make it your number one priority, because relationships are not guaranteed. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having hope or wanting a relationship, but when you say you need a relationship, that's coming off of desperation. Because you're telling yourself, if you don't get in a relationship, something bad's gonna happen to you. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you, man. It's not the end of the world. Hope you guys take this as a wake-up call, like I said a million times. This is Positive Vibes Rod. I hope I didn't sound mad. I hope I didn't sound like I was in a rage moment, because, like I said, I'm not here to offend anybody, and I'm not here to put myself down, nor you guys. I'm just here to help you guys and give you guys the honest truth, because I don't want to give you guys the cliche advice that people always tell you. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you take this video as a wake-up call. This is Positive Vibes Rod, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Peace.